Evangelist P, second time.
Oh,
Okay,
where
the
is
internet is
everybody?
down in the
Oh,
name of
here are
Jesus.
you guys.
Hi,
My
Kay.
screen was in the up. Okay, hi.
Okay, Evangelist
Okay, now I see
Evangelist P.
everybody.
I know
Yes.
that maybe you've missed the earlier part, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you the very same question that I asked these three young men.
Yeah.
And the question is very, very simple. I find it. Should street preachers talk about the migrant crisis? So I don't know about Holland. So maybe you can give us a Dutch perspective. Would you talk about this, or is it too sensitive for you?
No, I will definitely talk about this because, I think, like, we as Christians, we have to talk about stories who are really difficult also because, like, it is something we need to bring up in the light because Jesus has his own thought when he said, like, about inviting other people in the same town and everything. We Christians normally don't talk about this stuff, and that's why the things keep happening around us. We just being waking up and being surprised if you see like a lot of change in your house, in your town, in everywhere, because we don't talk about that. It's not talking about gossiping, like being mad or being like angry or being talking negative things, but it's just bringing the story into the light. So I think bringing a story up to the light so you can discuss things about it, I don't think that is bad. That's something we definitely need to talk about.
Okay, Evangelist Keith, you're on the big screen, so I'm going to have to ask you because obviously I grew up in Germany, not too far from Groningen. I think I was in Groningen 2 hours
Oh,
from the
I
north
know
of
that. Yeah.
Germany. You know Groningen. So we've always looked upon Holland, growing up in the 80s as I was. We always looked upon Holland as being the model country. You had an ethnic diversity in your country, being an ex-colonial power, as Netherlands used to be a seafaring nation like the UK. So you had integrated very, very well with different ethnicity. The Dutch football team of the 80s with Gullit, Rijkaard, Van Basten, they won all the tournaments, and they were a model for many other countries. And the Dutch society of the freedom of life and the freedom of speech was something that we've all aspired to. So how do you think the current situation with Geert Wilders or the national rise, how do you view this? And how do you view it from a Christian perspective?
Yes, I think from Christian perspective, the only thing that's really important, Jesus said, like, do for other people that you want, that people are doing for you. Love your neighbors, be kind to people. So there isn't different to being kind to people because, like, we as Christians, we cannot be mean and hateful. But there is another side that God also say, like, protect what is yours, because we know Europe is a Christian country. Netherlands is definitely a Christian country. It is good to have a lot of people who really need some help, who really need like refugees, who really need like, because I myself, came here with the help, like I think before the 2000s. But it is really good for people who are really struggling, who really needs help. But it's a difference when people come here and they try to oppose their belief, to change the system, to change the beliefs, because Holland is a country of freedom of speech for everybody, because everybody have the freedom to practice the belief that they want to. So you have a lot of people who come here, who integrate, who helping, who doing like great stuff, because culture is good. We have to have culture, but it isn't different that you also have a lot of people who doesn't keep it like that. You came here to integrate, to oppose their belief. Look what happening in London. Look what happening in France. To impose their beliefs to other people. So you're gonna see like less more churches and a lot more mosque and all that kind of stuff. I don't hate nobody personally, but I think we need to be aware what kind of people are we letting here in our country? What kind of beliefs are we gonna let here in our country? Because like the problem from now is not that we don't want refugees here. It's the problem is like the government like are giving them everything. A lot of people I know are from the streets. Dutch people doesn't even have a house, doesn't even have proper like security service and all the things, and they are giving to the same people who are raping the girls, who are doing a lot of negative things, who are like destroying the city, destroying the town, you can say, and the police is covering up for all that. I don't care because like this is the truth. The police is covering up all the crimes. It's like evil is good and good is evil, and it not surprise me because we're living in the end time, and Jesus said like there will be people like that. There will, it's not only them, it is the hate, like the God said this will be in the end, let's say. But I think like it is good to have like other people from other countries here. But if you come here with a good heart because you really have a problem in your country, you cannot live here, you're more than welcome. But if you come here and you want to change us, you want to oppose to us what we have to believe, that I don't think like this is the right place for you. And Gilt Wilders is a good guy, but he says a lot of good things, but I don't like the things that he say like only about one kind of people, like the American people, like that is like a little bit too much. If he was only talking about like the great things that he's saying, like more lower prices for us for the food and everything, insurance law, I accept that. But we cannot accept also somebody who's so radical, like he's always talking about the same group of people. You have to look at the bigger picture. Yeah, he want to fix the country, but how you going to fix it? Not spreading hate by hate. That is not what Jesus told us. But we need to be aware, like what kind of people are we letting in our country? Because before you know, Europe is not the same anymore. My
Well, it
country is
won't
not
be.
even the same
It won't
anymore.
be.
So
Earlier, I showed the video, and of course, it won't be because demographically it's going to change. Listen, folks, we're going to finish.